What is up, guys? Thank you so much for joining this video. My name is Carlos, and today we're going to be talking about how to get the best content out on the golf course without taking up a bunch of time, holding up the golf course, and still being able to play your game and feeling comfortable. Like you're not holding up your friends or your tee time, and you just keep the pace going along. You guys are going to enjoy this video. If you're the person that wants to get out on the course and start filming, stay tuned because I'm going to give you some great tips and products that are going to help you get that great content and be able to start your content journey as a golfer. Now, let's get right into the video. So the first setup that I wanted to talk about is going to be the iRange Sports monopod. Some people call this a tripod. It's not a tripod because it doesn't have 3 legs. So what this guy does and is so good at doing is right here, super compact. If you don't want it to be, like that, that's it. It's pretty small. I like to leave it a little bit extended and basically just slot it in one of the organizer slots for my golf club. And that's it right there. So if you don't have any additional cameras and you're like, hey, I just want to use my phone. Perfect. That's great. Has a MagSafe option here. You also can screw the MagSafe option off and it just has a quarter thread on the back. So you can put like a phone holder or like some type of clamp or something like that if you just want it to be a bit more secure. That's also an option. Usually what I do here is I do my DJI camera so that I can use my phone for other things like 18 birdies, taking calls and doing all these different things. Don't use my phone because I'm not trying to drain my battery throughout 9 holes or 18 holes. So I have a designated camera. DJI Pocket 3 is the camera that I use there. And I just quarter thread an attachment onto the top. And that's my run and gun. The reason I love this so much is because the versatility. There is a quarter thread on the bottom as well. And with that, you basically can screw any quarter thread on here, accessory, and you're rocking and rolling. So in this situation right here, this is how I film phone golf content in my garage. This little tripod, tiny legs, this would never work out on the course because anytime you'd have any slope, this would fall over. But in the garage where it's level and even, it's perfect. Set that down, slap my phone on it, and we are good to go. So very versatile, very nice. It does have a swivel head as well, so you can change the angle of your phone on the top. Very nice. I absolutely have enjoyed and loved having this over the last few weeks, couple of months. A great option. The other great part about this is, and kind of the key factor, is I used to bring my big Canon camera or other types of camera on the course with an actual tripod, but the problem is it's big and clunky and it takes more time. Just having to set up the legs, make sure it's okay, and then stabilizing and leveling out the camera, I don't like it. But with this option, you have their stake system as well. And so what this guy is there's 2 stakes. One you use like a wrench key, and the other one you can just use your thumbs and just tighten it up. So this, again, quarter thread on the bottom, and you just stab this thing in the floor. One thing, I wish this was a little bit longer so that it was more stable and wouldn't wobble if it's windy or on an uneven lie. I've had it fall out, or like my camera just tipped slightly. Didn't fall to the floor, but it would have been nice to have a slightly longer stake so that it can just be more secure in the ground. And it's kind of hard in Utah, so if you play in deserts, keep that in mind. It is kind of hard to get it in the ground. You got to kind of find some soft spots. So keep that in mind if it's a very gravelly or rocky soil. Sometimes on tee boxes in different places, it doesn't stick very well. Eventually, if you stab it a few times in the floor, you'll find a spot where you can get it in. So keep that in mind, but it's great. It comes with this little two sets. There's the little Allen key, so you can see what that looks like. That is the option for that second stake. I like that it comes with both of them. But that is the iRange Sport. Keep it to smaller cameras. You don't want a super heavy camera on this. If you're going to go heavy and big and you don't have somebody holding the camera for you, consider a tripod. That is an option. It just takes a lot of time. You feel like you're holding up your group, and so I don't like to go that route. I like to keep it light, keep it with the monopod. Now let's get into our second camera setup. So this next one is actually a setup that I have not used. This is a new setup to me and I'm super excited to start using, which is the in golf cart angle. I think it's a super cool angle. Let me walk you guys through this setup. So this first part is the Ulanzi suction mount. And so basically you put this on anything and this sucker is amazing. It's about $40-ish, $50 on Amazon. I will link, again, everything below so that it makes it easy. If there's a specific piece of equipment you would like to purchase, I will put links in the description below to them for you. But basically, what it is here is you have, let me slide this off, this suction mount. Super easy, super simple. You put it onto a flat surface and you basically push this suction until the red line is below this little flat piece right here, that piece of metal. Once you want to release it, you basically just pull on these little rubber tabs and it slides off. It comes with this little friction arm is what these are called. And basically you loosen this and these two ball joints become loose and you can manipulate it however you'd like. I like that they basically just have this track option. And so when you're ready, you slide this onto this track and this one will basically never leave. It'll just stay on here. And then I suction it onto the windscreen of the cart and basically I'm ready to rock and roll. Loosen that friction arm and then point this at the camera. There is one thing that I did add that I wanted to explain just to make it a bit faster and on the go. I added this device or this little mount by Ulanzi, which is just a quick release option. And so I'll link them in the description, but it's a quick release option so that my DJI Action 5 Pro, it's basically just a GoPro, different brand. I can quickly release it and lock it in place like that. And so if I wanted to do some handheld or some different kind of shots, I could on the course. And then when I'm ready, get back in the cart, just slip this back in and we're rocking and rolling. So super convenient, super nice so that I don't have to screw it in place every single time and worry about that. So this is the second camera. I'm super excited. And this basically covers everything. There are times where I'm like, man, I would like better quality because my DJI Pocket 3, it still is 4K, but it's a small sensor where if I brought, a really nice robust camera, it would just look better and have more detail, especially when I'm cropping in for vertical content on social media platforms for reels and stuff like that. But it gets the job done for now. So I'm fine. I'm going to stick with that. And this is a great option for in the cart. Now, as far as audio, DJI Mic 2, the Mic 2s are great. They're a great option. I'm kind of on the fence right now because you can't quickly jump between the DJI Pocket 3 and the DJI Action. I might rock some setup where I have two of these mics just on deck because I already have three of them. So I might just have one that's connected to this one and maybe on one side of my hat, and then on the other side, I have the one that's connected to my other thing. It doesn't get in the way, doesn't affect your golf game, so I always wear a hat, and so I might just put two mics, one on each side, and rock and roll, and then I'll have the two cameras running, two great quality mics that have the same audio level, which is also great because then I'm not having to deal with two different types of audio quality. It's going to sound the exact same using the same mics. So these are the two cameras. If you found this video helpful or insightful, leave a like, hit that subscribe button because we'll keep coming out with more videos like this. And if you have any questions about these setups or any other type of camera-related, golf-related content questions, leave them in the comments below. I would love to respond to them, and I might even make a video about it. So let me know in the comments. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.